What is going on, everybody? We're here. We're live. The best intro on YouTube. I saw somebody in the chat say the intro has Pedro Pascal energy. I don't know if that means it's gay or you're just fucking sick of it. But, you know, one or the other, flip a coin. Jay, how are you doing this bright Tuesday morning?
Good, man. Doing good. I'm actually getting a little excited because finally, for the first time in my existence, I'm getting ready for it, man. I'm getting ready. Jaws is coming back to the theater August 29th at the end of the month. Look at that sipper, man. That looks cool and quite funny that they actually have a popcorn bucket for their popcorn. That's got like the Amityville the sign there that they spray painted. But I can't wait for this.
Get a big shark head. Just put some stuff in there.
Everywhere. Every time I've gone to that, like they actually sold the shark head popcorn bucket. They've been sold out. So we'll see. I got to go to Regal. That's not at the Universal Studios. That's not. I don't think that's Regal.
No.
So I gotta find a Regal.
There's a Regal Point Orlando. You know that? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
They got one of the IMAX screens there, so that's sometimes I head to that for like IMAX shit. But yeah,
I'm looking forward to it, man. Do you think it'll do any numbers? Probably not. Probably limited viewing, small.
It's not going to do anything, spectacular or whatever. But
yeah, I'm excited for this, man. I'm excited to see this in the theater.
It'll make some money, But I mean, obviously, it's just all extra. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true. Absolutely. So we'll see. You would think Universal Studios would show this with all the Jaw stuff they got lined up there. They actually got the truck from the original Jaw. I don't think it's the exact same truck, but like a replica they parked outside. So, but still no word at Universal Studios. You would think that they would play that. But if not, I'm off to Regal. Listen to me.
Regal.
Yeah. Well, look at this, man. Look, this is getting a little out of hand, don't you think? Look at this popcorn bucket. Annabelle.
Conjuring, is it what this is?
Yeah.
You eating it out of her ass, huh?
Freaking doll. The Annabelle doll.
I've actually seen a couple of those popcorn buckets, and they all look creepy as shit.
Yeah. I don't know about that one.
That seems like super low effort,
Yeah, it does.
Like super low effort, no interest, stupid, dumb. Sometimes there's even movies that I have zero interest in that I see the popcorn bucket. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. But this, bro, do something more creative. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like this one.
Very small.
Yeah, so it's definitely a chubby female's hand there that was holding it. So
now, look, it is obvious at this point that popcorn buckets, a lot of them, you're not actually intended to eat the popcorn out of it, right? So, they'll give you this, and then they'll give you a massive thing of popcorn to go along with it. So it's not like you're only going to get 2 bites of popcorn.
Right. Correct.
But still, it's kind of small.
I think so.
Imagine you're just sitting there, you're just like pouring it down your gullet, just eating it straight out of her ass. Like,
go all over. They'd be like, "What are you doing with that doll, sir?" That's yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this one. Now it's kind of crazy now because at the theater at Universal, and I'm sure there's others, they have all the old popcorn buckets that nobody bought. They got in a little section now. They're starting to pile up. This trend is starting to get out of hand. It's starting to pile up, and now they're like discounted, like major discounted, just like a couple bucks. I think the one for Megan, and no one saw that film. That one's out there. I think that one's like $3. They were trying to sell last time I was over there.
When I was at the Point Orlando Regal, I think it might have been for Superman, so like a month or whatever. They had a whole table of that stuff, same thing. And the vast majority of it was Snow White, Thunderbolts, and Captain and Black America Brave New World. It was like the most of the table.
What was the Thunderbolts? Was that Red Hulk? Oh, no. That's Captain America.
The Thunderbolts was like the car, like the limo they drove or something. I don't know. But they were having a tough time. And, you're always going to have some of those that, maybe don't sell quite as well. But they were hawking those Snow White ones forever, man.
Yeah.
It's stupid like mine carts. That was like 2 seconds of the movie.
Yeah. It was one little song. That was about it.
What if they had done that, that pause screen where Rachel Zegler's like this? And you just like, there's popcorn in that one side of her mouth.
Now we're talking.
I might have bought that one.
Now we're talking. I think so. I think that's what we need. They need to be a little more creative when it comes to popcorn. I did like the giant foot for Jurassic Park, but they didn't have that one where I was at.
Yeah. Well, apparently, Jay, based on the number of times that I have been tagged on Twitter in the past 24 hours, I am not the only person who has had trouble in a movie theater recently with people shutting the fuck up. Luckily, mine did not end as poorly as it did for some Harvard professor.
Yes, check this out. A guy all the way in Boston. Furious. Harvard researcher claims he was pummeled, I almost said plummeted, by a group of teens after he told them to be quiet in a movie theater. A group of teens, huh?
A group of teens. I wonder if there's any better, more appropriate way to describe this group of teens. It was probably a group of young scientists, young astronauts, young engineers, maybe.
It's from Boston, man. Who knows? He's like, they just punched me. Be quiet. We can't hear the movie. They just walked over and started punching him in the theater. Look at that. It's all bloody. Hit him in the nose. Nose looks a little crooked up here. I mean, he's wearing a Reebok shirt, man. Come on. I don't know. I'm just saying. 35-year-old Harvard researcher from Brazil. He didn't know that jiu-jitsu, I guess. Was watching the horror flick Weapons earlier Thursday in Boston Commons, where he asked 5 teenagers in the theater to quiet down several times before the group allegedly began pummeling him, according to NBC Boston. They just walked over and started pounding him in the face. They were disturbing all the people, clapping and screaming all the time. You don't say. I asked them for respect. I asked them to leave the theater because we just wanted to watch the movie. Of course, I got all these ads. He says the team wouldn't let him exit. He says when Rents tried it, is that how you say his name? Rents tried to leave the theater. He said the teens wouldn't let him leave. They made like a wall, so I tried to pass and leave, and they couldn't let me pass. That's what he said. They just punched me. I didn't fight back. I was like scared. Then I just faced the wall, and I just protected my face in my face and my head. The target was obviously my head because they were punching my head and my face. Direct quote. You're right. You got to be careful out there in the theme parks, man.
This is not a theme park. This is a movie theater.
I mean, movie theater. Sorry.
Okay.
It's during the same film that you saw. What is it about the movie Weapons that got people talking? Like they just want to talk and answer their phone. I don't know.
So I had two bad experiences, right? Weapons was the week before, and then Nobody 2 was the one that was like really outrageous. But Weapons, I had problems with that one as well. Maybe the name of the movie drew people in. Maybe they're just really drawn to that for some reason. I don't know. But yeah.
The unsettling incident is the latest in slew of recent teen-led violent attacks across the USA.
Bro, how quick is it going to be before we like the word teen has like racial connotations to it or something? If these things keep getting described like this.
Teen-led violence across the USA. Be careful out there, Ryan. Last thing I need is for you to end up in a article saying, I asked a group of science teachers to be quiet.
Yeah, like,
and they beat me up. Architects.
Look, I don't know if I would have behaved exactly the same way if it had been a group of 5 young male future astronauts. I mean, I would have been okay. I would not have died. I would have been able to protect myself. However, I don't know if I would have wanted to escalate things to that level, as opposed to 2 fat women. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
But yes.
Maybe Trump will do an executive order and take over the movie theaters. So you got armed guards in the theater protecting us so we can watch a movie called Weapons.
Bro, I got tagged like no shit like 30 times in that yesterday.
I believe it. When I first saw it, the first thing I did was think of you. And then I scrolled down and I saw people were tagging you in it. I was like, oh yeah, he knows. He knows.
Saku Kocho Dragon for 5. Don't know if Jay saw the video, but I'm just going to ask why you do it, Jay. You set Luigi up, didn't you? You're a mean Mr. J.
While Ryan was getting tagged in a guy getting beat up in the movie theater, I was getting tagged hundreds of times in this video right here. Okay? I don't know if we should play that. But
I'm really getting sick of that audio.
I know it's everywhere. There's Mario. Yes, this is in Orlando, apparently. And clearly, I had absolutely nothing to do with this. Nothing. You can see this guy's big freaking clodhopper foot hitting the pole, which is exactly what happened to Pooh when I was standing in front of it. Look, it's clear. I was nowhere near this. Not me. Wasn't there. Clearly doesn't see. Look, this person's reaching, grasping, gasping at what's happening, hits it and just tumbles and freaking hat falls off. That's nightmare. What's going on up there?
He's bald.
Look at this poor little kid over here, like watching his hero. He's dressed as Luigi. Just take a tumble and end it. This kid dressed as Mario is cheering because his older brother Luigi just fell on the ground. So that's what's
wild.
Going on. Yeah,
and
then
I just
want to make clear.
The rest of the video, like they turn Mario around and they like march him back in and stuff.
Yeah, probably goonk there, right there.
You're telling me that you couldn't have been hiding behind that pole?
Oh, man, you see how wide I am? There ain't no way I'm hiding behind.
Yeah.
There ain't no way I'm hiding behind that pole. It's the job of the handlers to make sure that they don't freaking walk into stuff. There they go. I think I've proven my innocence here.
So you're denying.
Didn't do it.
All right. That's what they all say. Keenan for $2 says, ever heard the song Faster by Within Temptation?
I don't believe that I have.
It didn't sound familiar. Heard the song Particle Man by They Might Be Giants? That sounds familiar.
Keenan with the tough questions.
Bro, Keenan's in his own world, man. Gal Gahat, Meta PC code RK Outpost or Drunk 3PO, says Alex McCarthy. We do have some Gal Gadot stuff to talk about. And as unpleasant as it can be at times to hear her speak English, You're gonna hear her speak Hebrew, which is you know maybe
the Bible's language.
Vlad the Man for 199. Hello, K-pop boys. Cup noodle. What are you gonna have for lunch, Jay?
I think I'm gonna have some tacos.
I had tacos last night. Solid.
Got a little hankering for some tacos, man.
From where?
I don't know. More than likely Taco Bell, let's be honest. But every now and then, maybe a little Del Taco.
There's a street taco place that's like pretty close to me. It's pretty good.
There's one here too. I don't know what it's called. Some Mexican name, but I had a DoorDash one time. The pictures looked great. The food was awesome.
Corn Pop for 199. We need a Howard the Duck. 3.
Corn Pop's a bad dude, man.
I heard that. Orangutan says nope. Nope what? I don't remember what the first thing we talked about today is now, so I don't even know.
We got beat up. Jaws. Oh no, the Annabelle popcorn bucket.
Oh yeah. That's it. Logan Johnson going to see Jaws on the 29th. I'm so stoked.
Yeah, same, man. I better look for tickets today, just in case.
Yeah, Callum, I'm not reading that, but thank you. Keenan for $2. Do you prefer caramel apples with or without nuts?
Without.
I'm not big into caramel apples. Like I've never, like, it seems like so much effort to go through. Like it's just not good enough for me to go through all the effort to eat something like that. Give me like a candy bar or whatever if I want something sweet. Baby Maker.
I like the apples, man. But I like the red ones. So I'm sorry, go ahead.
Group of teens, thank you. Hayden Wayne, the light up bat signal popcorn bucket was probably the best one.
I agree. Really cool. I think that was one of the this one lights up too, the little Death Star. But the batteries went dead. I gotta fix it. But that Batman one I think was the coolest one.
I like how you said gotta fix it as like
change the battery.
It's broken or something, but no, it just needs new batteries. I gotta fix it. Gotta get my toolkit out. I gotta rewire this bitch.
You do, man. You gotta get one of those mini screwdrivers.
I have one on my kitchen counter all the time.
It's not a pop and go, man. If it was a pop and go, then it'd be a little different.
Steel Leg of History got bad news. Tomorrow, my mom will have to put her dog Oscar down. He has diabetes.
Oh, man. Sorry to hear that, man.
That sucks. I'm sorry about that, Steel Leg of History. Always sad to say goodbye to pets.
Sucks.
They're not with us for long enough. Good morning. Have you seen the Primal War trailer? I have seen the Primal War trailer. Does that come out this week? Maybe?
I have not.
Soon. Yeah. You've seen it. That's like I believe the Primal War trailer is I believe Primal War is the one where it's like set in Vietnam, but there's dinosaurs or some shit.
Oh, yes. Yep. Yeah, I want to see that one.
You're barmy for 2. National Guard in movie theaters. I'm ready. I'm fine with it.
Keeps everybody settled down. You're good with it, right?
Yeah.
Bro, look at this movie. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. This movie poster is freaking sick, dude. Look at that movie poster, man. I love it. Maybe they heard everyone's complaint about the Jurassic World rebirth, and they were just like, we just want the dinosaurs to win and eat people, and just let it. And maybe they're like, all right, we got you covered. Let's see how this does in the theater. This ain't no walk in the park.
This ain't no walk in the park. I did hit send before I was done typing. Will be a rough day for my mom, so I will be there helping her deal with this.
Yeah, good on you, man.
Good on you. Good son, Steel Leg of History. Got to be there to support mom. 100%. Ryan, let's pretend I'm trying to watch a movie in the cinema and you, Rye Queen, a fat black woman, begin talking loudly on the phone. Let's reenact. I did it on FNT. Like, no shit. Speakerphone on. Hello? Well, I told you can't bring that damn phone in class. You can't be doing it. The first day of school, this happened to you. You get kicked out for it. They took your phone away. Now you calling me? I'm doing something right now. I'm in the middle of something. Like, that's what it was like. No shit. In my movie theater. 3 times.
That's crazy.
Can't get her fat diabetic ass fucking to walk out to take a phone call, bro. Come on. Doug B for 20. Jay, why did you move the light pole into Luigi's path?
Don't start that rumor. That's all I need.
You controlled it. You know what? It's a big conspiracy. Jay met the president of Epic Universe or something in a random line somewhere and convinced them to put the light pole there so that you could have a moment like this and ruin a bunch of young fans' days. How could you do something like that, Jay?
I didn't do anything.
Aren't you supposed to be the best of us?
And when I met the president of Epic, she's like 5'1". She was literally just standing there with like a couple people. Just happened to be like here, and some people were just like, "Hey, nice to meet you." I was in line for pizza.
You felt it was important enough to tweet out, just met the president of Epic Universe.
I don't care. It was cool.
You feel like it was a big deal.
I thought it was a big deal. When would I ever meet this person? Ever. I'm just saying. I thought it was a big deal to me. I'm nobody. I ain't nobody around here. I thought that was cool. She was very nice. Ryan's choking. You okay?
Well, I took a drink and then I started like laughing a little bit. So I like had to hold all the water in my mouth before I could, safely.
I'm not a big deal like Ryan. Listen, every time we go to a meetup, this is what I get. Oh, Jay, nice to meet you. Is Ryan here? And I got to bring people to meet Ryan. That's how big of a deal he is. And he knows it's true because it happens a lot.
Happens on occasion. I don't go out in public enough for people to ask where's Jay. Or, if I did, maybe I would.
I'm pretty sure no one asked.
We got to talk about Gal Gadot and Rachel Zegler. Because Jay, it has been months since the disastrous failure known as Disney's Snow White, a movie that really never had a chance, that for years there was a bunch of bad PR. Not only that, but I mean, the movie, even if there wasn't bad PR, even if everything went swimmingly, even if Gal Gadot and Rachel Zegler never had any drama, there was never any bad stuff that came out, no big political statements, even if it had been a perfect PR campaign, the movie still would have done poorly because it was a massive piece of shit.
Yes.
It just was. People did not like the movie. But there's no doubt that it being turned into a culture war minefield, a political minefield effectively by Rachel Zegler, harmed the movie. Well, now Gal Gadot is finally speaking out. And to be honest, I think this is the closest we're ever going to hear from her putting any of the blame whatsoever on this thing becoming a mess on Rachel Zegler. And she did it in about the most professional way, I suppose you could. Rachel Zegler's Snow White bomb blamed on politics, says Gal Gadot. Now, we're going to have to listen to this thing and we'll read it because it's and not in a language that I speak, that I'm very familiar with. But Gal Gadot says that Hollywood pressure to denounce Israel helped tank Disney's woke Snow White. Israel is it does not matter what you say. It is a hot button topic on either side. Whatever you say, you're going to get people upset. But this interview is interesting because she's asked about Snow White bombing effectively. That's what starts this conversation. How was your experience? And here's how she starts it out.
כעסת? אני חייבת להגיד לך, קודם כל, ממש נהניתי לצלם את הסרט הזה. ממש. נהניתי.
זה לא היה עם רייצ'ל זליגר.
So, were you angry when the film bombed? She says, well, let me start off by saying that I had a great time with this film. I loved it. We had fun. It was great. And then the interviewer, Israeli interviewer, obviously, is on Israeli TV or some shit, but is like, well, especially when you didn't have to film with Rachel Zegler, right? As kind of a joke. And Gal Gadot says, no, like, I had a great time with Rachel Zegler. Everything was going great when we were on set. We had a lot of fun doing this thing.
נהניתי אפילו לעבוד עם רייצ'ל זגלר. וצחקנו ודיברנו והיה כיף. הייתי בטוחה שהסרט הזה הולך להצליח בענק.
I was sure this movie was going to be a huge hit. Well, probably shouldn't have been. It was an awful movie, regardless of anything that happened in the PR tour.
Maybe in like when they first talked to her about it, that they're going to redo a Snow White. I guess they sounded like that could have been something that could have been something bigger than what it was. You know, remaking some of the classics. They didn't all bomb necessarily, you know, but.
ואז קרה השבעה באוקטובר. ומה שקורה, וזה קורה מאוד 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 בכל מיני תעשיות, וגם בהוליווד, מופעל המון לחץ על סלבריטאים, על שחקנים, על יוצרים, להעלות דברים נגד ישראל.
Now she says, then, you know, we had fun. We were making this. Everybody was having a good time, all this stuff. And then October happens, the attacks happen, and all of a sudden it's this big thing where some people in industries are feeling pressure to speak out against Israel. This is what Gal Gadot is saying. I do not think that people being pressured to speak out against Israel, like in general, is like the reason that this movie failed. I don't think that Gal Gadot being Israeli is the reason this movie failed. I think what she's saying, in not so many words, is that Rachel Zegler is one of the people that felt pressure to do that or felt emboldened to do that. Because let's remember, yes, Gal Gadot is Israeli. You can think whatever you want of Gal Gadot. You can think she's a terrible actress. A lot of people feel that way, blah, blah, blah. She didn't attach that to the marketing of Snow White, right? She didn't tweet out trailers and then say, and by the way, we're going to wipe Palestine off the fucking map, you know, long live Israel. Rachel Zegler did those things.
Yeah.
She did it in conjunction with the promotion of the movie. She started attaching political statements to it, like when she shared the trailers, all of that shit, all while having an Israeli co-star that's obviously wrapped up in all this stuff as well. I think that is what she is saying right here. She says, you know, I can talk to people. I can explain, you know, what context and what my point of view is on all of this stuff. But in the end, people make their own decisions. And I was disappointed. The movie was affected by it. And it didn't succeed at the box office. But that's how it goes. You win some, you lose some. I think that is going to be as close as we ever get to her assigning any blame for the performance of the movie on Rachel Zegler's antics.
Yeah, that's as classy as you could get without saying, why did Rachel post Free Palestine underneath the teaser trailer? And then when you look at like all the Instagram stuff, you had Rachel Zegler saying F Trump supporters. And she just went very political in everything that she posted. It looked like she cropped out some pictures of Gail like in some of her Instagram posts for the marketing of this, Rachel did. So it just drummed up tension, or maybe there was no tension, but maybe it was just made, you know, it got people talking about that. But yeah, the movie, to be honest, man, her song and dance in that film was the worst one of the entire movie. It was awful.
It was bad. The whole movie was bad.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why I say, like, if this would have been a perfect PR campaign, Rachel Zegler doesn't say retarded things 2 years before. Like, we don't get into that. It still wouldn't have been a good movie, and it still would have done poorly. Now,
agreed.
Could that still be like, oh, maybe it makes like $500 million at the box office, disappointment, doesn't make its money back, still fails and all that stuff, as opposed to being one of the biggest bombs in the history of the company? Yeah. Yes, I do think that even with it would have failed without any of this shit. There's no doubt in my mind, or the minds of anyone that has two brain cells to rub together, that Rachel Zegler did irreparable harm to the movie for 2 years. You know what I mean?
But you know what? I believe it was you or people in the chat, they called it that eventually it will come out that they were going to blame some kind of politics or something like that as to why the movie failed. And here's kind of it. Maybe with Rachel Zegler's politics or her statements or whatever it was. So I bet a couple of years removed, it'll get even, you know, it'll get better. Maybe Rachel Zegler say something next. Were you upset that the movie bombed? Well, we had an Israeli on there, you know, right in the middle of a war. People don't want to support that.
For content wise, I hope Rachel Zegler gets really mad that Gal would dare say anything like that. And I hope she fucking responds. I would love that. I would love that.
What's your YouTube channel?
It would help me.
They would love it.
0 for $2 says, I'm a Luigi. I'm gonna wah.
Off you go.
Thank you. Kata said the term is YNs. Oh, yeah. I hear that. Southeastern Kaiju for 199. Jay, no.
Pretty much.
What was going through your mind when Pooh tripped and fell right in front of you?
I was trying not to laugh hard, like loud, because there was like kids crying and stuff. I was trying not to, bro. I was holding it because that was the funniest freaking thing I've ever seen.
It is very hard for Jay to hold in a laugh.
That thing when whatever was
like
in that
Jay
thing fell,
Jay puts his hand over his mouth and his belly just starts like shaking up and down.
Look, when that Pooh character fell, like it's not on the video. There was like a loud fart sound noise that came with it. Like there was like, then you heard this kid just scream in horror, you know, like, bro, it was freaking funny. All I needed was a Karen to come up to me. How dare you laugh at that? How dare you? You know, like that's all I needed.
It would have made for great content, Jay. This is why you don't get, fights and stuff.
That's not really a fight. That's just getting yelled at, you know. And
Could you imagine what a good clip that would have been?
I don't want it on me. I want other people to do it so I can run up and just be like the news anchor. You know, here we are live at the Magic Kingdom. Look at Billy over here is getting into a fight with this other guy. Looks like they're both overweight and they can't stand the sun, so temperatures are flaring. Somebody just dropped his ice cream and they're mad. I'm ready for it. But when that thing fell, dude, it was just like, first you heard the foot hit the pole. So it was like, goop, dong, and then a fall I don't know if I don't know what it is. Something exploded inside that suit. And then you can hear the person inside is like, my shoulder. It's not on the video. It's not on the video. And this kid's screaming. And I turned the camera around at me because I'm like, I hope everybody's okay, because I don't know what's happened. I don't know if they're going to take the helmet off, and there's vomit everywhere. I don't know. They picked that Pooh Bear up and just limped all the way back to wherever it was. Oh, and the rest is history. I got blamed.
Corn Pop says, Ryan, I'm in my own world. Heart, I love you. Heart. Thanks. Carl Anderson for $10. Hey, Jay and Ryan. Sorry, I've been gone from daily so long. My new job at a call center doesn't really allow me to listen live, sadly. After 8 weeks of training, I finally get to be here again. Well, welcome back, Carl.
Welcome back.
And congrats on the new job. Congrats on the new job. If you ever call me and I act like an asshole to you, my apologies. Happens.
Do you even pick those up, or you get caught every now and then?
It really depends on where the number's from. You know, it really depends on what area code I see and shit. And if I think there's any chance that could be somebody that, maybe I do, I'll pick it up. But usually I'm disappointed. Some of the AI fucking calls are getting incredibly advanced. You know what I mean?
They're like, really hello?
I can see why all these old retarded people get tricked into giving them their entire social security away. So
they call you and they go, hello? And they wait for you to answer back. I'm like, hello? Oh, hi. I've been trying to reach you for days. It's all like AI. It's weird.
Right. I had one the other day and I could tell it was pretty good, but I could also tell it was like a robot. It was like AI. So I just asked where are you calling from again? Little pause. I'm calling from, and then did the company name, but then after their company name, it went on for 30 seconds and listed out what their mission is and blah, 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 and all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, okay. But they're getting good. They're getting good. Lexicon Hellhound for 20. I want to be the guy who writes these keywords for Netflix movie shows. Instead of things like thriller or heartwarming, I'd be honest and use terms like stupid and gay, so you really know what you're going to get. Bro, sometimes you just want a stupid movie. I watched Final Destination Bloodlines finally last night.
Oh, how was it?
It was dumb and it was fun. It was dumb and fun. It honestly was. I got out of it exactly what I expected. So,
the one scene where they put their hand in the sink. I haven't seen it. Was that crazy?
In Bloodlines?
Isn't that in that one? Or is that one where it's like shattered glasses in the ice?
Yes, that's the one.
Okay. All right. Oof.
Bro, and there's this scene. There's a scene with a dude at a tattoo shop who's got a bunch of piercings and like some chain falls down and gets stuck in a fan and it gets caught in his nose ring and starts like pulling him up and everything. But then there's another scene later when it comes to piercings with an MRI machine. And like the MRI machine gets turned on and like it's like way over where it's supposed to be. And this dude, like the earrings pop out, the nose ring gets ripped out. And then you start to see his shirt come out because his nipples are pierced and they fly out. And then you're thinking, wait, is there another piercing? Could there be another piercing? And his fucking pants start to come out, rips his dick ring out. The MRI sequence is pretty good.
Woo.
Is pretty good. But yeah, I mean, like,
where did you watch it on? Where can you watch that?
It's on HBO Max.
Oh, okay.
Like, you certainly should not go in there thinking you're going to see peak cinema. Okay,
of course.
It's the 5th Final Destination movie or whatever. Like,
of course.
They did something a little bit different in this one in terms of like kind of how things go down and how this family gets involved. Which I thought was like interesting enough, I guess, to do something a little bit different. From like the same thing they normally do, but still have the same premise. It's really dumb, but I enjoyed it. The lovely Sherry says it sounds like a fun movie for the family. It is a fun movie for the family. It is a fun movie. I don't think there's any actual nudity in this one. So Maximus BT for 199. Are you retarded? Thanks, Maximus. Oh, and speaking of like labeling things gay, did you see the thumbnail I used on my Sports Wars video the other day?
No. Oh, please pull it up.
Find this. It's literally right here. It popped up when I opened YouTube. That's a good sign. So this is about the Minnesota Vikings and all the male
cheerleaders.
I kept it pretty fucking simple with the thumbnail.
Gay. Ain't your best one, but still.
No, it is not my most creative one. It is not my best one. It kind of sucks, but I was like, you know what?
No, man, it's good. The Josh Brolin one is still my favorite.
I want to fuck you.
Yeah, it's like the best one too.
I gotta find that one.
That was so good. I was like, I saw that I was like, I first thought I was like, did he mean to put that up there?
Of
course he did. Well, I didn't know if like you were making a joke and then you didn't want to get censored or.
Look, about once a month,
you push the boundaries.
I make a thumbnail that makes me chuckle, like I amuse myself. This was one of them.
That's so good, man.
And it was such a dumb video. It was Josh Brolin had written poetry about like stuff, and he was like kind of getting into character for his character in Dune, and he had wrote poetry about like different people. But his poem about Timothée Chalamet, it sounded like he wanted to fuck his supple asshole. Basically.
It was rough, dude.
It was so weird. So I'm like, I'm just going to keep it simple with the thumbnail. I want to fuck you. I liked it. Thought it was a good video. Golden Nuggets for 2. Too many teens in the Batman. Thank you. Pedro says, Galel, no. Helipads or hell jumpers to hell pods. I repeat, hell jumpers to hell pods, says Shadow Saiyan. Thank you, Shadow Saiyan.
Well, wait, that's because Halo teaming up with I think that just got released.
Helldivers?
Yeah, Halo's teaming up with Helldivers. Is Chad excited about that for those that play? I mean, I know my man Kings, he's like crazy. He's very excited about that. So
I did see people talking about it.
it's just a little clip of pretty much it. So.
I mean, I think it I do think that the Covenant would be like a good group of people to go up against in that. You know what I mean? But I don't know if that's what they're going to do. Like, to me, that's what they should do with it. They should bring
just have a war.
Yeah, instead of bringing just
making a skin.
Yeah, instead of that, I feel like they should go all in with it. But maybe they will. Who knows? It's pretty brief. I didn't really look too much into it or anything.
On PlayStation, does it mean Halo's coming to PlayStation?
Might as well at this point.
Yeah, right.
Primitive War looks fun. Going to try to see that as well. Definitely going to be better in Jurassic World Afterbirth. We can hope so. The light pole was inflatable. Thanks, Corn Pop.
Maybe. You're a bad dude, Corn Pop.
Master Austin with 5 gifted memberships. Hey. I like his logo. It's cool. Every time I see it. Dater's Brick. I thought Jay was on his redemption arc. Oh, well.
Come on.
Ariel for $5 says official drunk 3PL radio controlled light post now available in the G&G shop.
No.
Fool your friends. Trip your favorite mascots. It's like you see the light pole move up and Jay's tiptoes are going along like a cartoon or some shit.
Yeah, I'm going to die. That's what everyone's going to remember me from.
Snacks for 2. That's better than your Batman review. Snacks for 2. Mario got Jay fucked.
I guess so.
Achilles Jones for 5. I agree with Ryan. This is a bad movie, ignoring the source material, but driven by activism. P.S. Hyrule Dwarves. Should Hyrule Dwarves, probably.
That was one of the controversies of the film that mounted up to make a nice big piece of pie that sucked.
That is still one of the things that frustrates me to no end because of the fake reports that came out.
Yeah.
About the dwarves, when in reality they were a different different faction.
Yeah.
They were always a different faction the entire fucking time. They had been. And I talked about a day after that story broke. And people still believe the fake headlines throughout the entire thing. But what are you gonna do? I can only do my best, Jay. The Under Armour Gamer for 2. Jay, I didn't know the Force was real. Poor Luigi.
I'm more of a Mario guy anyway. Luigi's always second best.
Vlad the Man for 5. Jay, want to join me for a day at Busch Gardens, Tampa sometime? I wouldn't mind tagging you along. Ryan, sorry. Can't come.
If you're being serious, yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. I can only imagine how that's going to... Only if you buy me a drink.
I'm strangely cool with it.
Yeah.
Corn Pop for 199. Jay, I'm officially not a bad dude, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that's where we were going. Okay. I take it back, Corn Pop. I take it back.
The only slight redemption of Corn Pop in general is that he has the OG Indians logo. Chief Wahoo, you know? Other than that, fuck, man.
Will we ever go back?
No. Net stealer for 2. Today's allowance goes to Shiitake. Thank you. Over on the Rumble side, we got some donos over here on Rumble.
Hey.
Snooty Mims with a 20. Snooty Mims says, Switzerland, play it. I will not eat the bugs. Ronin361, Pickle Lips Miguel, Psycho Magus, BMO Better, Mighty Megatron, badasses here. Hail. Thank you, Snooty Mims. Shout out for the big 20. Ronin for 2. Ryan, did you say here on your live stream you might watch F1 over this weekend? If you did go, what are your thoughts? I didn't go. I still have a couple days to go while it's an IMAX, I think, Ronin. That's what I want to do. I want to go see it in IMAX. Derek PG Beller for 1. Recently binged Devs on FX. Ever seen that show?
No.
Never seen it. Ronin for 2. Jay had a free Royal Rumble win.
Hey, I'm a simple man.
Snooty Mims, then with a $5 super chat that just tags themselves at Snooty Mims. Giving yourself a shout out too. I like it.
That's like retweeting your own tweet. I respect it.
Icanalus for 5 says Jay put the poll in front of Luigi. Hashtag Pollgate. And then Snooty Mims for 10 says Oinker Space, Dude Bro Seth, Big Z Video Games, Urkel Di Stefano, more badass dudes. My $5 name was a Snooty Mims error. I wouldn't do that. Sorry. Thank you, Snooty Mims. Snooty Mims always giving people shout outs.
Yeah, you gotta have a friend like that in your corner.
You got to. Oh, I just saw that A Money Wilson shared my thumbnail, like the gay thumbnail in the locals chat too. Gay. Jay was in the light pole like the lightsaber guy.
The lightsaber guy. No, man, it wasn't me.
Vlad the man, totally serious, bro. Drinks on me. Ryan, you can come. I'm a working man, so it would have to be a random weekday when I take a day off. Maybe we can set it up, Vlad. Chuck our way over to Tampa. I don't know why I said Chuck, but chug our way over to Tampa there. Not too far.
No, that'd be fun. Ryan can pick me up.
Wow,
road trip, baby.
Quite the offer. Jay owes me $26 now.
No,
Badass.
man. That's not true. I think you still owe me 12. Maybe
do
I
you
do
owe
owe
him
you
money?
26. Maybe I do.
What did you do?
It's been an ongoing thing with me. Corn Pop made a bet with me like 6 months ago that something wouldn't happen, and it happened. I actually quite forgot what it was. So he said he'd pay me $50. Then he forgot about it. Then I reminded him. Then he actually paid $2, and he was like saying, okay, now I owe you 40. Now I owe you 42. He kept like whittling down the debt. And I kept telling him, like, you don't have to pay, but I'll gladly accept it. And then finally, I think he overpaid. He's like, I need a refund. So I think I owe him money.
Well,
it's that kind of relationship over here, you know.
Steven Suarez for $10 says Final Destination Goth Guy is Richard Harmon. I have a hugging selfie with him. I was too nervous to tell Drinker he's hotter in person, let alone ask for a hugging pic. Maybe I won't be nervous to ask Ryan. Maybe, Steven. I don't know. I don't really know what to say to that. Richard Harmon, though, I do know who that actor is. He was in The 100 on CW. Played Murphy. So that's like the role I think of him in most of the time when I see him. I thought he was pretty good in the movie. Like for his role.
I'll say this: if you're nervous about meeting Ryan, just come find me. I'll introduce you personally.
And then Jay will complain when people come up.
And then I'll be like, see, it happened.
Everybody just wants me to introduce him to Ryan after he offers.
It's more like a funny moment, not complain, but
Ryan watches the CW. I watched all the Arrowverse shows for quite some time. I didn't watch The 100 when it was on CW. I watched the first couple seasons on Netflix, And it is a terrible fucking show, but somehow I got hooked on it. It is so stupid.
Have you seen this guy? Have you seen this guy that goes to movie theaters and he purposely like he purposely picks a seat next to someone sitting by themselves.
Oh God.
He just got look, this is the guy that might end up sitting next to you one day, Ryan. He just picks Yo, that's messed up too.
That's messed up.
Oh,
I much like everybody probably. I specifically try to pick spots not only that are not next to people, but that I
Yeah.
also think if I pick those, it will be the least likely that I end up
Yes.
with someone next to me as well. Right?
that's why I always pick that top next to that big bar, Universal, because you're guaranteed no one's going to be on the right of you.
Or like if there's a smattering out there, you know, I'll be
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm gonna pick like say there's like 4 seats or something that are like next to the aisle and people are sitting right there.
Yeah.
I'll pick like the one that's one in from the end, thinking, okay, someone's probably not going to pick that. And someone's probably not going to pick these two because they have to sit next to them. If it's 2 people, they're probably going to try to pick another one so they don't have to sit next to like right in the middle. Like I try my hardest to
It's a
not end up next to
mathematic,
anybody.
yeah.
I don't want to be anywhere close to any motherfucker in the theater.
Oh,
Especially
yeah,
Jay if he's snoring.
All right, so what's the calculation as to how many times that worked out in your favor? So like 1 out of 5, 1 out of 10, maybe.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Most of the time. Doug B says Ryan's going to have to start buying his seat and the 2 next to it. I have done that before. I have done that before.
If that's what it takes.
Yeah.
That's what
Whatever
it
it
takes.
takes.
That's right.
Sometimes you just got to get it done, Doug. Hi, Jay. Where's Ryan at? Says the good white.
Right next to me. What's that avatar picture?
I know. Look at that head on that guy. Bigger than mine. Would the 29th of August work?
Now you're getting specific. I don't know. Man, you got to send me an email. Maybe we'll work something out.
That's probably a little too soon.
It's like
Maybe
10
it'll work
days
for
away.
Jay. As long as he doesn't miss daily.
I can't miss daily.
Today's allowance goes to the corn pop refund.
Oh, there we go.
Thanks, Net Stealer.
There it goes.
We got to talk about the Marvels a little bit, Jay, because this was making the rounds. This thing went. This thing was getting a lot of talk this morning and a little bit last night. We talked about Snow White earlier, which is a massive failure, massive flop. You know what else was a massive flop, Jay? The Marvels.
Yeah, your girl Brie Larson couldn't pull out.
My girl Brie Larson, even with the tank top sequence, it could not bring people in to see The Marvels, a movie that everybody knew was going to be a failure once it got announced. Everybody knew it was going to be a disaster. But I got to be real. I don't know if any of us knew just how bad it was going to be. You know, ended around $200 million worldwide. A phenomenal failure. And the director, DaCosta, who is celebrated by Marvel, the first Black female director, and who even throughout, even as it's like bombing and losing hundreds of millions of dollars for the company, celebrated as the highest grossing movie from a Black female director in history. These were actually the articles that were coming out. She's been very adamant ever since this movie came out that this was not her vision, that she didn't want to work this way, that, you know, it was a problem with Marvel, not a problem with her, stuff like that. Well, once again, because she's directing an upcoming movie that's set to come out in a couple months, she's speaking out a little bit about some of the problems that she's had on our past works, including The Marvels. This is the quote that's going viral today. The Marvels director, DaCosta, says the lack of a solid script was one of the issues she had with the film. That's just going to wreak havoc on the whole process. There was a certain point when I was like, okay, this isn't going to be the movie that I pitched. I think it's important to note that with all, because this is what you see from all of the big headlines, Culture Crave, Hollywood Handle, everything. They're coming out
Yeah.
specifically focusing on the Marvels. It should be important to note that she didn't just talk about the Marvels in this interview, right? This is originally coming from The Hollywood Reporter. Nia DaCosta reveals her one amendment to Alex Garland's 28 years later, The Bone Temple script, More Infected. She actually mentions both of the previous movies that she worked on. Making the 28 years later sequel is one of the best filmmaking experiences I had, DaCosta said. One of the issues I had with Candyman and Marvels was the lack of a really solid script, which is always just going to wreak havoc on the whole process. That's what she said. So it's not like she specifically went out of her way to just mention the Marvels or anything, but most of the headlines and most of the articles that are coming out are failing to mention that. So I thought it was important to note. She said that for Candyman too. But this is someone who's been very adamant about this, about coming out in front of this, probably knowing it was going to be a bomb and saying, yeah, you know, the way that Marvel has you work, it's really tough and there's not a lot of room for creativity and I couldn't really do what I wanted and blah, blah, all of these things. And that has been the narrative from a lot of media people, including like defending her. These were the articles that came out when Marvels was bombing. The Marvels could be a box office flop, but it's not Nia DaCosta's fault. Nia DaCosta, well, the original title was Nia DaCosta doesn't deserve the blame for the Marvels failure. It got changed to amid the Marvels box office failure. Black women will defend Nia DaCosta at all costs.
What? Defend her from what?
From any blame for the movie failing, Jay.
I think when you take the helm of the director, it's like it's all eyes on you, right? Like,
did get a lot of the credit and a lot of the blame if things go bad.
And if she thought from the beginning that it was going to be a complete failure or they wouldn't work with her, why would she even continue the project? I guess she had a contract or something. I'm not sure, but
she wanted to get paid, Jay.
Yeah, that's true. So just deliver something mediocre, just so I can.
The funny thing is, like, the way people jumped out to like defend her. It's not like we're talking about Sam Raimi in a Multiverse of Madness situation. Like, in Sam Raimi is this like celebrated director that has all this long history of works and everything. Nia DaCosta had done one tiny indie movie and Candyman, low budget kind of horror movie with Jordan Peele executive producing before the Marvels. That's it, right? They hired her. This is why Marvel hired her. They hired her because she was a woman. They hired her because she was a minority, and they wanted to brag about those things.
Correct.
So
correct. The same thing they did with freaking Black Panther. The people that they put in charge of Black Panther, Bob Iger hangs that from his mantle that they brought the first black superhero, and look how good he did. You know, totally ignoring Blade and others that's gone before. Like they love hanging that stuff, those participation trophies on their wall. You're 100% correct, because that's all I saw in the advertisement of this film. Go see the movie of the first black woman director. Like, that's what they were always adding to all the It was just like, that's not how you market a film for people to go see that. And then when it doesn't do well, it's like, let's play the race card and say, well, white people didn't want to go see the film. It's just like, it's disgusting that's the kind of shield that they use.
And to me, look, I believe that Nia DaCosta is smart enough to recognize exactly why she was hired and what she was getting into with very limited experience. And when you agree to be the fucking token, basically, that's what she did for this. You gotta roll with the punches. You gotta roll with what happens. And she did. I think she really tried to throw everybody else at Marvel under the bus and really kind of pass the buck for her film failing. It's not what I want to do. It's nothing like the original movie I wanted to do, blah, 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 all these things. The Marvel way didn't really work with me, blah, 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 all this stuff. I genuinely believe that you knew exactly what you were signing up for. You knew why you got hired. You took the job. You got paid. You got the money, but you don't want to bear any of the responsibility. That's what
no, man, that's a huge thing, is pass the blame. Blame the fans, blame this, blame the government, blame Trump, blame everything, except, you know, that you just put out a piece of crap that nobody wanted to see. No one takes responsibility in Hollywood for their actions. Brie Larson, she doesn't say anything. She made the movie, bomb. She's like, oh, well, there you go. She's moving on to other things.
My girl Brie.
Handling it like a champ.
Balancing on soup cans and her high heels in her kitchen, you know? Good on her.
Going to Super Nintendo World.
Having a good time. We could have seen her there, Jay.
I know.
Could have been my
What would you have
chance.
done? I would have introduced you.
You would have tripped her.
She's little. She's a little person.
She would have been getting sued.
She's really nice.
I think my one tweet was the moment her life changed for the better.
I think so. Everything's going uphill since then.
I literally fixed her. Take her. Now that MSNC is my source news opinion world, is that real? The fuck? G&G's rebranding to Geek News World Opinion, my gamer source world news. Or
yeah, MSNBC rebranded to something else.
What?
MS to MS Now? Is that what it's called, chat? It's they were all celebrating it, that they wanted to drop the NBC part and that it would do better without the NBC.
I mean, I think that that's good for NBC as a brand to not be connected to MSNBC. I believe that. But I'm shocked that they changed the name.
Yeah, here it is right here. Now that we're going a little bit into overtime, I'll be quick. MSNBC to rebrand it MS Now.
My source, news, opinion, world.
There you go. So we're going to change. Are we going to rebrand to GG Now?
Bro, if you only knew how many of the other channels' names that we've fucking changed before, like the most retarded conversations in history have been about naming some of these other fucking channels. And now we just settled on Geeks and Gamers 2. My God.
I know. D-Day Cobra 2.
And then like it, because like because the conversations are so stupid and like so many dumb ideas get thrown out, I'll be like, how about more geeks, more gamers? Like thinking that that's a stupid idea, and people be like, realize that I'm being sarcastic, and Jeremy be like, I kind of like that. I was like,
Yeah,
fuck,
you got something here. You got something.
Oh yeah. No. Settled on Geeks and Gamers 2.
Geeks and Gamers 2.
Which used to be Geeks and Gamers Clips, which is now there's a different channel that used to be called Geeks and Gamers Life that's now Geeks and Gamers Clips or something. Bro, the amount of times
I think Park Hopping has stayed the same.
So Sports Wars.
Yeah, and Sports Wars. I think we've stayed the same.
Zero reminder, Little Mania Midget Wrestling, Sunday, October 12th. Orlando Expo at 5 p.m. Tickets on sale now. There you go.
Sounds like a good time.
Vlad the Man, Jay, what's your email?
Drunk3po@gmail.com.
It's a strange email for a Transformers channel.
Yeah. I changed it to like it's J something, but I forget the exact wording.
Of your channel name?
No, of like the email. My other email.
Jester of Roanoke, Jay, I wanted to remind you about Pinball Showdown mid-September here in Colorado. I still think it'd be content opportunities from a visit.
I think so.
Bro, I spent like 15 minutes playing Star Wars pinball when I was at Costco the other day. They had the pinball machine set up in the middle.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I was into it.
There's a big chance that I will be at Hershey Park at the end of September. That's the only thing that's keeping me from doing something else.
Thing sucks.
So
I thought I'd get way more free chocolate than I did.
Really?
That was the disappointing part, yeah. You can certainly buy a lot there, but I can buy Hershey chocolate or walk across the street and buy it.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah. I wanted like take me through the factory and let me just like put my hand in a big thing of chocolate like Willy
that
Wonka
fat
shit.
kid that just started drinking out of the lake.
Yeah, like that's what I'm looking for. Yeah. I don't need to watch some tutorial about, well, the difference between these cocoa beans and these cocoa beans is this bird shits right here. And like, I don't fucking, I just want to eat chocolate, bro. That's all I want. That's why I'm here. I don't need a history lesson.
Exactly.
Corn Pop for $1.99 for the XP. Congratulations, Corn Pop. Rudy for 2, a woman not taking accountability. That's unheard of. It's never happened before in history. My geeks, my gamers news, opinions, gay jokes. MGNOGJ.
Just don't tell Jeremy. He might consider it.
Yeah, he might think that's a good idea. No shit. Plug walk Tony. Cubs fly the L. Cubs are skidding, man. The Brewers can't lose. It's disgusting. Degenerate. Snacks for a buck. Pronounced JFK'd, like the former president. Oh, JFK'd. Got it. I thought it was J fucked. Sorry. We got fucked by J. JFK'd. That's it for us. Jay, you got anything going on today?
That's it. Oh, actually, no. I do have the Pirate Podcast tonight at 8 p.m. on the History of Pirates channel. Going over Captain Morgan. Maybe I should get some rum and Coke for the stream in honor of good old Captain Morgan, Henry Morgan. That's it.
I got Captain Morgan right now. Some Bacardi and Captain Morgan down there. I like the Captain Morgan like spiced rum. I usually just do Bacardi if I'm doing white rum. It's cheap as shit.
It does the trick.
It does indeed. All right. Well, I guess that's it. We won't see you guys tomorrow because we're taking a day off.
Thank God.
Saying fuck it. I don't know what Jeremy's going to talk about. Jeremy might be making videos on this channel again. Big update for you guys. Big update for you guys. So keep a lookout for that. He put one out last night. Go check it out. All right, everybody. I'm tired.
I know. I can tell.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. We are going to get out of here. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Bye, everybody.